What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Christian here again with another video, and this time we're going to be talking about resets. And no, I'm not talking about the sweet resets that should be taken out the game. I'm talking about real resets because, as you know, damage scaling has been increased after the DLC2 patch, which basically makes it so that damage just drops off a cliff after the second extension. So I'm trying to adapt to that and change the way I play the game slightly, because not only did they increase damage scaling, they also gave more startup to certain moves such as Ki Blast and combo startups. Okay, and you would assume that by doing so Bandai basically nerfed offense, but luckily they also nerfed some very key defensive options, namely the super perception and sidestep startup speed and invincibility, making it so that you can punish certain moves such as sidesteps a lot easier, even though your combos come out slightly a bit slower. Okay, so with that slower sidestep speed and a lack of super perception being in the game, you can actually get off some real reset attempts. And no, I'm not talking about the trash sweet resets, I'm talking about the real resets where you let your opponent out of your combo on purpose and try to catch them on their way out. And by doing so, you basically reset the damage scaling, and you could get more damage off with your combos and even get off a reset into a super to get maximum damage out of the super. And I think that's actually a great addition to the game. It makes it more skillful in my opinion. So I'm going to be practicing that in this video. In order for me to practice that, I'm going to be using the two characters that actually got me to Z rank, Super Perfect Cell, and of course my boy, the character that defines this channel, Buu Tanks. Alright, so as you see, I got Super Perfect Cell here. I delay a Ki Blast and I go into my flying kicks. So characters that have flying kicks have the easiest time resetting because obviously it bypasses a guard. Another way to reset damage scaling is also to dodge a revenge counter. And revenge counters are very weak right now. Their tracking has been nerfed compared to previously before the patch. So dodging a revenge counter will reset damage scaling. Also, light smashing a perception attempt would be another way to reset damage. And as you see, because I've reset my opponent multiple times, my opponent's almost dead because basically I just reduced damage scaling to a minimum, making it so that I have to hit my opponent less to kind of kill him, you know. And that is the strength of resets. That's why now there's a skill gap associated, because if you don't know or don't even attempt resets, an opponent that will has an advantage in a match. As you see, 8 hits do like 7,000 damage, and then I reset my damage with a sweet reset and I get 7,000 damage again. That's like 15k damage. That is the damage of a ultimate, basically a weak ultimate already, just with combo hits. That's why resets are so strong in the game. But what makes sweet resets so cheese in my opinion is that the opponent cannot get out. Okay, that is not a real reset. That is just a game flaw, a game mechanic flaw. That's Bandai's fault that's even in the game. But real resets should be in the game in my opinion. It makes the game more skillful, it creates a skill gap, and it makes it so that, you know, we could do meaningful damage in easier ways, and matches can actually end, for example, in DP battle, because that is the main complaint that people have, is that the matches take too long and matches never end. So I think resets could be a way to change that. So here I'm gonna go into a grab, just finish off the match, and you saw how fast that match ended because I'm just attempting resets constantly during the match, resetting my damage scaling, making sure I'm doing maximum damage every time I hit the opponent as much as possible. Alright, so now we're gonna make the switch to my boy Buu Tanks here. Now Buu Tanks does not have flying kicks in his first 2 hits. He has a Ki cannon, and I think that's part of the reason why people don't pick him or don't like him. But you don't really need that to start combos anymore, because like I mentioned, sidesteps are very much punishable now, and super perception is not really a thing anymore because it costs 2 skill points. People don't really want to spend the 2 skill points for a super perception. In my opinion, it's a waste of those skill points, so they attempt way less perceptions in a match now. In fact, if they have less than 2 skill points and they attempt a perception, just a simple light smash will beat that perception, making perception very weak now in the game. It got nerfed to the ground. I really didn't think it was necessary to nerf it any more than it was, But for whatever reason, Bandai decided it needed more of a nerf, which is kind of surprising to me because they took forever to nerf it in the first place. Now, Super Perception, I always thought it should have cost 2 because people were spamming it all match long and it was just slowing the gameplay down really bad. So now it costs 2, but then they nerfed regular Perception. I think that's a step too far. Regular Perception, in my opinion, was in a good spot, but hey, you know, I'm not complaining because I don't use Perception that much, but for people that do, it kind of like, you know, shifts the game a lot for them, okay? So my opponent quits the match because I just put the combos on him. And before we move on to the next match, let me show off here what I did. So I did a sweep reset into regular combos, and then I go ahead, I hit him a couple times, I let him out the combo and initiate a key cannon to reset, and I messed it up, but if I would have continued that combo, it would have done major damage after that. So as you see, you know, sweep resets still in the game, and I am using them, guys, because I mean the game just got patched. They're gonna be in the game for a while, and every really high ranking Z rank uses them, so I'm gonna have to start using them at least until the game patches those sweep resets out. Okay, do I think they're cheese? Yes, they're very cheese. They're more cheese than even explosive wave spam or anything else, because they're just exploiting a flaw in the game. Okay, whereas explosive wave costing 2 is just a choice by Bandai that, you know, is in the game. Totally different. Another thing I want to mention is that when you're hitting people, when you're getting back shots on people, basically you could do light smashes in between your combos to reset the combo. Not reset the damage scaling, but you could reset the actual 4-hit combo so that you don't have to do the extension, because skilled Z ranks know how to basically super counter the extension. So that's a way that you can bypass the extension. Now those can be vanishable, but they come out so fast that people don't really vanish them. So practice that in training mode. Right here I get a hard knockdown, I go sparking because I just want to get my ultimate off, end the match with the ultimate just to be fancy. So I go ahead and attempt it. My opponent quits the match once again. Okay, so next E rank up we got my boy Trap Shot with his SS1 Goku. Okay, let's see if I do any reset attempts on this match. So key blasts, slow moving key blasts have been nerfed, because if you throw one out, then you can't throw another charge key blast. So for characters like Buu Tanks that rely on, you know, those to zone and do mid-range attack attempts, it's quite a nerf, but you know, it's okay because sidesteps and other defensive options have been nerfed, which allows me to kind of shift and move into a more close range playstyle, I guess. So I attempted a reset previously, but he grabbed me out of it. So most people don't grab in that situation, but Trap Shot is a good player, so. Alright. I get my offense off. Right now he has low key. Right there he blocks my charge key blast very quickly. Like I said, Trap Shot's a very good player, but right now he has low key, so I'm really trying to push for that breaking of his guard to see if I can get a stun off. But he's not blocking, so I choose to regen here. He's almost dead. In this match I didn't get a lot of reset attempts, and the thing is, characters like Buu Tanks that don't have flying kicks are gonna have a harder time resetting opponents, so that might affect the meta moving forward. I mean, flying kicks were already strong, but with this extra damage scaling and ability to reset using flying kicks, it might even make it stronger now. Okay, just like that we get Trap Shot out of here. GG's to him. And finally we got a Turles. All right, as you saw, he got out of my combo. I reset, I let him out of the combo once again, restart again, so it resets the scaling once again. And see, that's what I'm trying to adopt. It's more of a hit and run playstyle so that I can get rid of damage scaling and I can just keep doing major damage every time I attempt a combo. Again, I get him again, so it's major damage again. I'm behind him, so I choose to transform and get my key all the way up. This explosive wave. And as you see, raw supers do not get scaled. So the best way to get off supers is after a reset or even attempt raw, okay? If you do them in a combo, that would have done like 3k damage or so, which is not great. So at this point, I know I won the match, so I'm kind of like chilling. Shotgun Ki Blast have been nerfed. That would have killed before patch, but now they scale really hard, so you can't really destroy people with Shotgun Ki Blast anymore. Again, nerfing my character. Pretty bad for me. Now here I got a Kid Buu because I want to highlight some of these characters right here. As I mentioned, combos startup speed has been nerfed, so for characters that are extremely fast like Kid Buu here, it makes them even stronger in this meta, I would say. And also, as you saw, I did a charge Ki Blast reset by just elevating down and up, doing a charge Ki Blast, and then slowly letting off combos. So I'm shifting my playstyle. Instead, I used to do a light smash after a Ki Blast. Now I'm just doing regular combos and attempting resets because of that damage scaling buff. That's 9k damage with 11 hits. And right there I messed up. I was trying to do a light smash and I charged it up way too fast. Oh, that's another thing I want to mention. Momentum really matters now. You know, momentum just means your charge hits come out faster as you acquire combos. So you could use that to extend your combos during a chase and stuff like that. So it's very important to practice that. I get up a grab. Usually after grabs, I just press circle to stay safe because people like to revenge counter after grabs. And that is GG's. Alright, so the last match, I got a Android high demand, and I wanted to put an Android here because, in my opinion, Androids are gonna become very meta in this new patch because of key gain after hit has been increased. So, you know, if you watch my last video, basically you never run out of key when you're playing an Android. And high demand here uses that C-burst dash to continue the chase because he just has more key than me always. So he can always just C-burst dash and chase me down. Luckily, I do have an explosive wave. Explosive wave will allow you to get out of that, but if you don't have an explosive wave, that basically could be like an eternal combo that never ends. Just like in the base game, it's no different. As you see, offensively, androids are very strong now because they can just chase you down with that C-burst dash, you know. Very strong tactic. And of course, other characters can do it too, but androids can just do it better because they just continue gaining ki. Here I do I try to get a hard knockdown from the front for whatever reason. Try to exploit the revenge counter, but a little too slow there, so I get caught once again. Luckily I have explosive wave. I'm just trying to remain mobile because he has more ki than me, so if I just continue fighting straight up, he's just gonna beat me on a chase. So by being mobile, I can just prevent him from initiating that chase. And just like that, I get transformation to refill my ki. I'm just trying to poke him into dying, basically. And just like that, I win the match by just a sliver of health. Now, hopefully this video helped you adapt to some of the changes in the patch. I'm still practicing certain things. You know, incorporating more resets into my game is a part of it. Now my mid-range game has to change because I cannot use multiple charge Ki Blasts, whereas before I would throw a slow moving charge Ki Blast into a fast one in order to initiate offense. I can't do that anymore. So I'm still adapting, guys. It's gonna take some time, but I am getting better over time. So stay tuned for my next video. I'll keep dropping anything that I can find, because you know I don't gatekeep stuff around here. We leave that to the other squares who just want to gatekeep information. We don't do that on this channel. So if you like that, go ahead and sub and stay on the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
No one in this universe even comes close to me!